Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday, Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah. Grab a cold one. It's Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar and Six Pack Store. Here's DreZ and Big Nate.
We're popping tops. Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store in downtown Blacksburg. It is the 5th of July. However, I was not opposed to wearing the exact same outfit 2 days in a row to continue the celebration of our nation's independence.
You know, I got told this 4th of July that I've got to retire this outfit. So this may be the last time this shirt
Why?
gets,
What's wrong with that?
it's all tattered and torn. It's got all kinds of holes in it. Just, you know, when you're 4th of July, usually for me, I end up like somehow I rolled in the thorn bush, and so it's all covered in holes. It's tattered and torn like the American flag was when the national anthem was written. So I stand by it, but
I think that's
got to
fair.
replace it.
Yeah, it's funny you actually mentioned that because the shirt that I wore every year for the 4th of July for forever was retired a few years back once I finally lost some weight, and it was Kirsten was just like, that's just too big. I had that the Jimi Hendrix with the American flag one. That was my go-to. But then she got me this one, which is pretty sweet. The like kind of just rock and roll American flag, you know, throwing up the horns, which is it's the best of both worlds, I would say.
That's got a 90s like 4th of July. Your family wants to take matching pictures, and you're like, that would be my compromise. Like, look, you've already got me wearing white. That would have been my compromise shirt. I do dig that.
Yeah. So I actually, and truth be told, doing an Independence Day themed Brews Day didn't even occur to me until just a couple weeks ago. I went to the Cellar, Six Pack Store, downtown Blacksburg, and I saw that they had, what I just popped, the Stone Enjoy by series, 7/4/22. Now I realized that this is a day late, which means I hope it's not expired.
Totally
and
ruined.
I don't get sick from it, but frankly, and because I like to always try beers on the show, like I held on to this for weeks, but man, think I might regret. Maybe I can get them on sale now, because this is a tangerine and pineapple IPA. It's also listed as a fruitfully independent double IPA on this side. It tells you 9% of this beer is coming in. So this one, you know, it would have been good to have a couple of these, but you wouldn't want to have a whole 6-pack, I don't think, on Independence. Or maybe you do. I don't know. But
I think it depends on what time you start.
I do love the Enjoy By series from Stone, and this one's shaping up to be quite possibly one of the best out there.
I've actually got one I've never tried, never heard of. It's Old North Premium Lager. First in flight, first in freedom. Old North, of course, brewed in North Carolina, Asheville, no less, by the Three Ring Brewing Company. It's a lager, so I don't see an ABV on here, but I'm guessing it's up there. It is 5%, and pretty standard for a lager. But it says Old North Premium Lager is brewed patiently with the finest hops and grains, crafted in the tradition of a classic American lager, using only the purest of North Carolina mountain water and quality ingredients. So seems perfect for a 4th of July show.
Yeah, I mean,
Plus, I mean, look at that can. You got all the red, white, and blue going on.
Exactly. So I was, looking for more beers for this show. And, one of the standouts was, I figured it's got to be red, white, and blue cans, or whatever, kind of at least American themed-esque. And that one I've had before. So I really almost didn't want to get it, but I just needed one more. And it could have went with the faithful Pabst Blue Ribbon. But I know that we've done that on the 4th many times on this show. So I'm just wearing the hat in honor of the actual beer that you probably want to drink, or hopefully did drink yesterday for the holiday. Did you get out and do any celebrating? You head down to Bissett for some fireworks or any of that jazz?
So by the time we hit the 4th, we were so exhausted. We did so much over the weekend. Saturday, we were at my step grandmother's celebration of life, so there was a lot of drinking going on. Then Sunday, we were at a pool party at my in-laws' house. So we spent the whole day out in the sun, and we just kind of sat on our butts all day yesterday and then just watched the fireworks from the end of our driveway.
Yeah, that's kind of almost how my weekend ended up being. We went so hard and did so much that by the actual fourth, I mean, I was pretty exhausted. And in fact, we did do one of the things we were planning to do on the fourth, which was float the river, which is always awesome. I don't know if anybody else attempted or did float the river on Monday yesterday, but the river was quite low and moving quite slow. So we actually had to bail because the float that usually would take maybe about 2 hours, we were still a long ways away and already well over 3 hours into it. And I had to get it. I was on air yesterday. So I was just like, look, we're going to have to like just hop out here. Go. As soon as we could, as soon as we got to Bissett, we pulled the tubes out and then I just ran down to Dudley's Landing to get the car. And then we booked it out of there because, yeah, but it was moving, you know, in a more ideal world, you didn't have to work afterwards and you could just kind of, you know, oh yeah, if it ends up being a 5-hour float, no worries. But had places to be. I had to give away those VIP 4 for the 4th passes.
Just a stunning prize package. They I read somewhere, and I don't remember where it was one of those things the wife scrolling Facebook kind of shows me her phone, but apparently there was some modification made with the dam in order to support an anticipated increase in people using their power. So that's got to be a factor as to why it was running so low.
Interesting. I mean, I figured it must have had something to do with, you know, obviously,
because it's not like we haven't gotten a bunch of rain.
That's what I was thinking. That's why we figured it would be flying. But man, it was one of the lowest I've ever seen it. And then, of course, yeah, we were moving quite slow. But yeah, on any other occasion, it would have been great. But it just makes me think, you know, I've never really done it. I know that it's a thing, but you can actually go online and see the level and, you know, what it's flowing and all that jazz. So I think going forward, I might try and do that to get a better idea of what a float will look like. Because we love floating and it's good to, you know, it's good to be a little bit more aware and in the know of what's going on with that.
I really like that you went and did something that's supposed to be like a casual, it takes what it takes with a deadline. That kills me.
Hey, you know, it
was the 4th, damn it.
Yeah. You know, we felt like we had to float and have a little fun. So, and that's what we wanted to do. But then afterwards, you know, I came here and then once I was done here at the station with my show, then I went back and grilled up with the fam and we're still able to get a lot of, that's what's great about this time of year. You still get some sunlight, even though, you know, it's later on in the day and whatnot. So
it's pretty wild.
Watermelon and corn on the cob, all that good stuff.
No, those, what is an absolute staple at a 4th of July picnic for your like main course?
Well, not the main course, but the big staple is the 4th of July dessert that my mom makes every year. So that's the main jam. She like, it's angel fruit cake all cut up into bits and then Cool Whip and strawberries and blueberries. So you got the red, white, and the blue. It's nice. It's even a kind of more of a healthier dessert as well. But then, of course, you know, burgers and dogs and, you know, chips and just the usual kind of grilling out. CBR.
So we went to the same cookout we've been going to, the pool party, the same one we've been going to for like 9-10 years. I guess we've missed a year due to the pandemic. And for the very first time, this is my aunt and uncle-in-law's house, and they're notorious for not cooking. When we showed up on Sunday, my uncle-in-law was manning the grill, and I was like, oh, Jesus. He made chicken, and I hear my aunt-in-law say, well, nobody's going to get food poisoning. And like everyone who wasn't in the room then heard that, like, have you tried this chicken? It's like really chewy. I felt so bad for him because they just called him out, and it's like, hey, man, this is the first time in like 10 years. Give him a break.
Oh man!
At least he tried, and you're not going to get sick.
Yeah, that is a bit of a game. I'm not gonna lie. I've been to some barbecues, and I have been, you know, the food can be questioned. You'd like to trust the chefs, and in fact, one of them, it was the one that the real staple is a guy that's very restaurant centric, grill, like always makes delicious stuff. And I remember one time I bit into it was like a big ass, you know. I don't remember if it was just a sausage or just one of I mean, it was like the real thick round ones, and it was not even close to being done and cooked. Like it was just straight raw pink. I was like, oh man, this is luckily I didn't ingest it completely. I didn't eat it, but quickly pointed it out to him that, you know, maybe some of these might need to get back on the grill for a little bit at the time. And he was embarrassed, but I was just
those are tricky because like there's such a fine line. Like you don't want to dry it out. You want to keep all that kind of that moisture in there. But Yeah.
If it's still red and pink on the inside, it's time to throw that back on there.
According to the FDA, like now you can cook pork like you cook beef, so you can go medium.
A little under, yeah.
But I'm still not willing to take that shot.
Yeah.
Like what all of a sudden just made it, you've been overcooking it all this time. You can go medium well if you want. No, pork needs to be done. I'm with you on that one.
So otherwise, it's just to me, 4th of July is definitely water, beer, and good food. So I did get to check most of those boxes off. What does it mean to you? Like, I mean, fireworks, a lot of people go that route. I was never really huge. I'm not one of the guys that goes and buys a bunch of fireworks and does all that. I mean, I'll happy to watch them if they shoot off nearby or whatever. That's cool. But
it blows my mind. You go into those fireworks, they're not cheap. And it's such a
especially this year, I'm sure just like everything else, it's more expensive.
It's such a limited return on investment. All right. Well, that was 5 minutes of fun and $400 down the drain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been a big fan of fireworks either. I mean, even before kids, I don't remember the last time I actually went out and caught a fireworks show. Cause usually where we live in Radford, we can you kind of just find right near the house and watch it. But to me, kind of like you, being outside is really the whole, really exercising that freedom and not having a roof over the head. And if water can be involved, that's great. Of course, I don't have the same luxury of being able to float the river.
Oh yeah, I think we went over this recently on a Brewsday. You got that fish hook in the foot, and that sort of did it for you guys.
Well, not me. I'm still willing to go, but the wife says no. Not with
if the wife says no,
we'll
then
put
that
shoes
means
on them.
No.
Yeah, I lost that battle, but pool's a fair compromise as long as it's a private pool. You don't want to go down to the local with 50,000 people on the 4th of July.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine doing that.
I used to work at a water park up in Northern Virginia as a lifeguard, and 4th of July was always just absolutely bonkers. Who wants to wait? First of all, you pay $50 to get in per person, and then you wait an hour to use any of the big slides. So basically, you're just paying to stand in line. No thanks.
Yeah, there's better ways to spend the 4th. And in fact, I did catch a couple shows over the long holiday weekend. I want to talk a little bit about those, and a little bit more about 4th and what's going on in our nation's independence and whatnot. But right now, let's go ahead and untap the beers that we are drinking. This is the way we like to keep track of the beers that we drink, the Untapped Scale. It is a free beer app you can download to your mobile device, and you can also friend us on there if you'd like. DreZ Drinks is my handle. And across the way from me is none other than Big Nate Danger, aka Horror Radio Show on the Untapped app, if you like to friend us. How you feeling with that Old North? If I remember correctly, it almost kind of rivals PBR-esque, I thought. It's nothing too special, but the red, white, and blue on the can makes you feel good.
It's weird you said that because that was going to be my exact comparison. This would be a perfect 4th of July beer. They, of course, don't have the rich history Pabst Blue Ribbon does with their Blue Ribbon back in 1874. However, pretty damn delicious. I mean, as far as lagers go, they're not doing anything crazy. They're not reinventing the wheel. It's crisp. It's refreshing. Hot day like yesterday, and that's the mindset I'm going to go with. I'll go ahead and give it a 4 in honor of the 4th of July.
There you go. I was actually just sort of thinking the same thing. I'm like, I can't give this beer, the Stone, a 4 because it's better than that. But how about if only I could give it a 4.76, the 76, but 1776. But so I'll just round it to a 4.75. It's not quite a 5, and it's really good though. It's just that there's something about the I guess maybe it is just the tangerine and the pineapple. It's the citrus. It's good, but there's a little bit of a bite at the end. I don't know even if bite's the right word, but it's not quite. I guess if it was a little hazier, I'd be happier.
Or if you had drank it yesterday.
Yeah, if it was yesterday, it would definitely be a 5. There's no question about that. But this is still delicious if you can get your hands on the Enjoy by 7/4/22 by Stone. 9%. I mean, that's fantastic. It's a good beer. I'm not dogging it by any means, but it's just not quite a 5. We will go ahead and have some more American themed beers. I'm especially excited about a certain one that I think is going to be probably not that great, but the can and the funness that goes with it, I think we will we'll do it. So it is Brewsday Tuesday. We'll take a quick break. We'll play a tune and we'll come back drinking some more beers right here on 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.